The D, man.
Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?
Yo, it's your boy D's Media back again with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel on the road to 100K. Today we gonna talk about, man, smoke camp, man, no loan, man. Some paperwork just came out.
Base for smoke camp to the suburb of Canton, where one of the gang's leaders, Jure Key, was living. The ATF, with the help of state police and Detroit police, busting down doors and taking gang members into custody. 14 men accused of robbery and extortion, trafficking in multiple states, selling to undercover ATF agents.
They're involved in firearms trafficking, a very violent group operating in Detroit's 5th and 9th precinct.
According to the ATF, which began its operation in June, ground zero for smoke camp here on 7 Mile near Albion. They called it the A Block, part of the larger Red Zone claimed by the Blood Street Gang. The federal indictment alleges the smoke camp members
Much safer, much quieter, and a much more pleasant place to live for the citizens of Detroit.
But the assistant special agent in charge of the ATF Detroit says this is just the tip of the iceberg.
We're working several other significant investigations. We believe that there will be others that come forward because, unfortunately, it is a violent city, but the partnership in the law enforcement community is...
Federal courtroom designed to break us down. I went for a burn here, but it's looking like trial. My girl so disappointed she can't even crack a smile. And my mama can't believe what they found in that house. Compressors and money counters, 50 on that chopper. Boy, I feel like Osama, chasing blocks like Obaka. We ain't any human trafficking, but we was selling boy to make profit. Follow my words, I'm on the road to riches, sip and serve, trying not to swerve from a city where they feel like you made it if you move to the birds. What about them mansions in the hills? I'm trying to live like Uncle Phil. My dreams so I can feel it. Shout out to Long Way, you gotta be the realest. When I was in the feds, he held me down like a submission. I remember two tried to tell me slow down, but I ain't listen. He already did a state biddy hip to this point system. Bridges burn, live and learn. You ain't gotta rush to get on, cause everybody get a turn. Word to Brandon Roy. Used to wanna play like Wallace and be a bad boy, but the streets kept on calling even when I pressed ignore. Spent most of my teenage years in front of a corner store. I was paying all the bills even though I was unemployed. Had my mama wondering what happened to her baby boy. It's say to say that we was playing with sticks when you was playing the porch. How can I love you when I'm in love with the money? They say that I won't be nothing without the junkies. I'm not an actor, but my life playing out like a movie. Couple bricks a week, we got no problem going up on a Tuesday. I swear, rapping, we really living for real. They kill fast, I really lost it for real. I swear I let that chopper cry before his mama even shedded a tear. Couldn't even make it to the candles in beds, too busy sliding on them. Fell into a coma after I stashed my first 100. If I wanted, I can get rich on the couch like Al Bundy. Cause the work gon' sell itself, we barely ever need help. Already put the legwork in, I'm just taking some extra steps. Got my own ingredients in the kitchen, I'm like a chef. Used to window shop, couldn't even afford to buy a belt. Now I'm feeling like a maid, I hit the mall and clean the shelves. Before you do it for the gram, you gotta do it for yourself.
Yeah. Are you shocked when the Rico come?
No, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know it was gonna be a Rico. I knew the feds was coming though. I just knew. I felt them. I knew it. You know what I mean? Because of that. Not only because of that ceasefire thing. It's just that it was too much going on. We had way too much going on, man. Too much. You know what I mean? Too much. Entirely.
When you
too
say
much.
you felt it, was it like spiritually felt or mentally?
I would say both. Both. I had just got the.
And what was your plea deal?
At first they tried to give me 12. Then they came down to 10, you know what I'm talking about? But I ended up getting 72 months, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know why people keep on saying. You could look me up, like, when I was in prison, even now, you can look it up. My release date was 2025. And that's what the good time. But if you take the good time away, my release date would have been 2026. But you know, Trump implemented the First Step Act in 2016, you know what I mean? And people be acting like it don't exist, you know what I mean? Like you got the First Step Act. Okay, only way you can't get the First Step Act is if you got violence or if you were muffin, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, you can get First Step Back. See what I'm saying? Like, you were eligible for it. All you gotta do is program. You know what I mean? You get a lot of time off of that. So it'll cut your time in half. And people who know. People who watching this interview gonna know. Like, yeah, he know what he's talking about. But you know, a lot of these dudes ain't never even went
Okay, so you
fed,
do
man.
the program.
Say it again?
Okay, so you do the program and you get out earlier than your expected time. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yes. Yo.
Because everybody was trying to say, like, Chino had to snitch to be at home this early.
Right. You know, no. I got the First Step Back. You see what I'm saying? And you know what's so crazy? They so happy on me. I can't wait for this nigga to look like he a hoe. You know what I mean? Because y'all niggas want me to look bad. You know what I mean? No, I had the First Step Back, though.
They want you to look so...
This is why I say the streets is hamburger meat no season. Explain to me how you, the #1 on the indictment list, they ran into your spot. They found straps, work, and got you on undercover buys. And bro, you only got 6 years? So you telling me the feds was watching you that long, and you the #1 on the indictment list, and you only got 6 years? What I be finding hard to realize about the smoke camp situation is who got charged for all of them shootings and stuff? Because what a lot of people don't realize is that they only didn't get charged for trapping and getting money and the straps and all of that stuff, which I still don't believe that dudes in Detroit is selling straps. That more than likely they're gonna be buying them, but it is what it is. Who got booked for all of them shootings that dudes was getting charged for? Because if you think that they was running the red zone and they wasn't getting into shootouts and all of that, who got charged for all of that stuff? That's what I want to know. I want to know how it is that the number one dude on the indictment list is getting less time than the dudes at the bottom of the list, and the whole junk is pretty much almost centered around you. I don't really know about that, man. Like, that don't really make sense to me, man. But I understand that the federal system is something totally different, and they go off of points and all of that, whoop, whoop, whoop. But to me, man, something just don't sit right with this situation. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I feel like a lot of people point the finger at Chino because he the bigger name, the bigger star. And I feel like it's easy to say, yeah, you got sentenced to 10 years and you got out in 5 years. And in the feds, you're supposed to do 85% of your time. Woo, woo, woo. You go do your homework. From what I was told, he signed the Trump First Step Act and he got his time reduced. I never seen no paperwork come out on Chino. I never seen somebody come out and say, yeah, he got on that stand and pointed me out, whoop, whoop, whoop. I never seen that. I'm going to be honest with you. People sit there and say, oh, this is why he don't come back to the D. From what I'm told, he don't come back to the D, man, because law enforcement owe him heavy. And the same way, like how they banned Thug from Atlanta, that's kind of the same thing they doing with them smoke camp dudes. I'm being honest with you. No loan situation is a little bit different. And this is because there's paperwork that's out there. And the paperwork is saying that you was trying to sit down with the federal government and shift the weight to Chino and Snoop and say, yeah, man, they running the show, this, whoop, 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 whoop. Now, what I believe happened is this, right? I believe the reason why he got his transcript sealed and a piece of his federal, paperwork you ain't gonna really be able to see is, I believe that he don't want that conversation and that request to get out of him trying to sit down with the feds and the little information that he did say. But if he would have really cooperated with those feds, my personal opinion is that he would have had to point out Chino and Snoop. You can't give a testimony and a cooperating witness statement, and then later on down the line, you're not going to have to get up on that stand. Now, if dudes plead out, then you probably won't have to get up on that stand and point dudes out. But I still believe that you would have still seen a grand jury, something. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like this, man. I feel like what dude said is going to hurt him because you know the rules and the regulation of what goes on. See, it's a difference on people saying, yeah, I think Chino snitched, and actually having work to show that no loan went in there and said some stuff he ain't had no business saying. And the reason why I really made this video is this, right? Everybody in life got a choice to make in their 24 hours. And whatever choice you make in your life, you got to live with it. Sometimes your options is the best for that situation. It may not be best for the next person. So what I'm saying is this, right? If you in the gym and you feel like your best opportunity to save your life is to cooperate with them people, hey, bro, that's on you. What I don't like and what I think is disrespectful is for you somebody to sit down with the federal government or try to tell on somebody and then come home and talk this gangster stuff, and you rapping about selling this and selling that, and I'm this, I'm that, I'm whoop, whoop, whoop. No, brother, you can't come home that way. Your street life is over with. Ain't no trying to sit on with the feds and then come home and rapping. Like, where we do that at? Like, I just don't understand this generation. It's like y'all showing the shorties that it's cool to be a willing participant in something that you know can go wrong. You're going to expect it to go wrong, and you just waiting for it to go wrong. And then when it go wrong, it's cool for you to sit down with them people and come back to the streets and do the same thing over again. I just don't respect that, man. You cannot sit down with no type of federal government. You cannot try to want to have a deal with the federal government and then come home and you this gangster rapper, man. Y'all confusing the youth, man. That's why I say the streets is watered down, is hamburger meat, no season. Because y'all confusing these shorties. Y'all sitting here telling these shorties that there's no such thing as a street code. Or y'all displaying to these shorties, yeah, man, we don't rock out with snitches, but yeah, when my homie snitch or my homie tell, then yeah, we gonna say F the streets. Everybody want to say F the streets now because they hanging with a rat. Everybody want to say F the streets now because they see 6ix9ine and Gunna still going up. Everybody want to say F the streets now because they starting to see that dudes is catching on that y'all dudes is cowards. My personal opinion, when you in that street life, whatever you choose to do with your 24 hours in them streets, be man enough, man, to stand in that courtroom and take your time on the chin. Ain't no telling, ain't no none of that. And I just feel like, man, them smoke camp dudes was willing participant in what was going on. And I feel like a lot of them dudes, they found out it was real when them 3-letter gangs then pulled up on them, the feds. That's when dudes realized it was real. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, for all the shorties out there, so much you can do with your life, man. You don't got to be a gang chief. You don't got to be a foot soldier. You don't got to be a trapper or a scammer or none of that. There's plenty of things you could do. You know what I'm saying? That boy Trey Young just got $215 million, man, to play point guard and shoot threes and throw oops. It's so much you can do with your life, man. Peace, positivity, network growth. Let's save these kids. It ain't never too late. We tore down these communities. Let's build them back up. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Peace, positivity, network growth. Let's save these kids. It ain't never too late. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
The D, man. Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media. You feel me?